Hello, my name is Dennis Daniel. I am the vocational instructor at the Illinois School for the Deaf. Today I'm going to show you how to stretch a screen using a Newman Roller frame. First, I'd like to say thank you, Jill, for interpreting for me today, because it's very hard to do this and sign at the same time. The first thing you should do, or want to do, is gather all your tools together before you start. You don't want to be wandering around, picking up things as you need them. Gather it all together and then start the process. I have my mesh. Today I'm using 110 mesh. I have all my tools. So let's get started. You want to start with the square part of the frame. Make sure this part of the frame is closest to you. You're always going to work and try to turn the frame towards you. Don't reach across the table like this because you'll become very tired and your back will hurt. It's not good. You're going to have 4 locked strips. The longest one goes for your square bar. You have 2 that are the same size that will go for your side bars, and the short one for this bar here. So, lay your mesh on your frame. Guide clips. You put these in the slot on your frame, one on the end, one in the middle, and the other on the end. Start with your strip and you can guide it in. If you need to go all the way to the end of the frame, you can do that. Whatever works for you. And start guiding your lock strip into the slot on the frame. Move your clip over, guide this in, move your clip over again. Continue doing that. When you get to the middle, take one clip out. If your mesh starts bunching up on you, just pull on it and it will straighten out. Continue the process all the way across. Until you have the mesh in the frame and your lock strip is centered in the frame here. Then turn your frame around. You're working from this side now. And you have some weight clamps. Put these clamps on. These pull the mesh straight from the opposite frame, so you don't have any twists. And once again, using your lock or your clips, put those into your frame. And take your clamps off. You do not need them any longer. Choose the correct size lock strip, and same process as on this side. You're just going to guide the strip into the frame. And be sure it's centered. This looks good. I'm going to turn the frame to one side. And I am not going to use the clamps to pull on this. You do not want to do that. You want to leave it the way it is. Put your clips in. If you put your clamps on to pull this way, it will twist the mesh, and you don't want that. And same process again with your strips. And like I said, if your mesh bunches up on you, you can just pull on it like that and it straightens out. Okay, now we go to the final side, right this way, and now you use your weight clamps again, start in the middle. Clamps are on, clips in, same as before. And clamps off. Now all 4 of these strips are in, you're ready to go. If you were using a mesh count that was higher, 150, 185, over 200 especially, you might want to soften the corners. I'm not going to explain that here now, but softening the corners will help keep the mesh from tearing. If it's going to tear, it will always start in the corner. Okay, I turn my frame over. I make little pads to put under the corners. I just use some paper and some masking tape. You could use some old squeegee material. Whatever you want to use. You want to have something under the corners of the frames to get it off the table. You want to start on the bar directly across from the square frame. Make sure you got this wrench, and then you have your socket wrench, and check to make sure it's set for tightening. When you go to tighten your mesh and turn the bar, there are some lines on the corner part of the frame. You can use those as guides to show how far you're turning your bar, and you can go 2 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines. It's your decision. I generally turn it until I feel the mesh tightening a certain amount. About right there, and then I will tighten the frame. Once you have one side tight, you can take the box wrench off and just finish tightening. If you are new to this, you might want to work with 2 people, or have a helper, I guess you would say. As you tighten, the corners of the frames can come up on you like this one was, and if somebody's helping you, they can hold down the side. I'm not going to worry about it today. Just focus on getting this tightened. That feels good. And then do your 3rd and final side. I've been doing this for a long time, so I just go by feel. How does my screen feel? How tight does it feel? Okay, and you have a nice tight screen. You can check it to feel for any soft spots. This feels pretty good. So now I'm going to measure the tension. And the Newton gauge. You want to measure in 6 areas. Start here, in the middle, and then right here. My goal is about 20 to 22, and then I will go this way, in the middle again, and on the side. You're checking 6 areas in 2 different directions to make sure the tension is as even as possible. If you have any areas that are too tight or too soft, when you pull your squeegee for your print, it's possible that your image will distort because the screen will stretch or not stretch the way it should. Once you're satisfied with how tight you have your screen, you can cut this excess off if you like. And I think I'm going to do that today because this is going to get in my way. And we're ready to coat a screen. I'm not going to show you the process for cleaning the screen, but you would want to go in to your darkroom or wherever you're cleaning your screens, degrease the mesh, let the screen dry, and then you're ready to coat. I'm doing a scoop coating demonstration today. Scoop coater, you have a dull side and a sharp side. Also, I am doing this under white light. You want to make sure that you do this in your dark room or safe light room. Yellow safe lights or red safe lights, either way, they work just fine. If you do it in a white light, you will ruin your emulsion. This is just for demonstration. I am choosing to go from the sides. Hold your scoop coater in the middle for best support. Against the screen, tilt it forward until the emulsion is against the screen all the way across. Scoop up. When you get near the top, pull back on the coater and pull away. Repeat the process on the inside of the screen. And I'm going to repeat both because I want a good solid coat around my mesh. I do the inside, this is called the inside of the screen, or I'm calling it the inside of the screen last. Because when I'm finished, the screen is going to go into the dry box or drying box and push the emulsion up to this way, to the top. This will allow gravity to pull the emulsion back down into the mesh, and it'll get around your threads nice and tight and should just work fine. After you're done, you can expose your screen, and when you're finished, it should look something like this. You're going to use a film positive, not negative, and you place it on your screen. Use whatever light source you have, and you can make your own light source if you want to. Expose your screen, you wash out your image with water, and you're ready to go. It's your choice after that. You can use screen filler around the outside, or you can just tape the inside to keep ink from your frame or from going out under your frame. And that's how you prepare a screen using a Newman Roller frame. Thank you.